She's here together with many others. Karibu Mheshimiwa, just
actually she's the one who's called you that members of opposition. You can see that leaders are together. I mean, why not Kenyans? Mheshimiwa, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, we've just been talking about the issue of reconciliation, and she's talked so passionate about reconciliation, man and God. What do you make of that theme?
Man and God. Okay. First of all, I mean, man and God, I think there's a lot of confusion. Man depends on religious institutions and leaders to guide them. And of course, right now, a lot of people are bothered spiritually with what is happening in Shakahola, with Mackenzie leading people to starve to go and meet Jesus. I think we have all these Christian channels. We need to have a lot more Christian channels talking and teaching people about the Bible, the Quran, the Gita Bhagwan, and just spirituality in general. I think there's a problem there because it's despair and poverty that you don't want this world anymore. You want to just go away to meet God because you're suffering probably. But then I've also seen people who are rich selling their wealth to go. So we also have mental health issues that we need to deal with. I feel that the whole area, we need to actually send counselors to the whole area and have open days for people to talk, because people are feeling what has happened in Shakahola and not having a place to dissect it and to understand it and to deal with it emotionally and spiritually. Kenya reconciliation requires that we have an honest conversation and we make honest changes.
Yes. Right. We've not seen Azimio leaders here, Mheshimiwa. It's a point to reconcile.
Hold on, I'm an Azimio leader, so I'm here with the blessings of my party leader. All right, my party leader not coming. I think it is good to be spiritually honest. All right, there's no point in coming here and your heart doesn't feel you're in the right place. Remember, when 2 or 3 people come together, then God is there. All right, God has said that. It's in the Bible. You come together, you pray together, and I'm there. But if you're praying together with feelings that these people don't see any good in me, they insult me all the time, they don't see my value, then obviously he feels I don't want to be there. So we have to respect his decision. All right, and I feel that is a challenge for the government to work on ensuring that we have proper reconciliation. We work together for the greater good of this country. Because let me tell you, when you have won an election in Kenya with 200,000 votes, right, and it's still questionable whether it was free, fair and credible, irrespective of the stages we went through constitutionally, I think it's important that you come together. And that's what Uhuru did in his wisdom. Let's work together. Let's build this country. And coming together to build the country doesn't make it wrong. Jesus himself had disciples. They probably didn't agree on everything, but they agreed on one thing: let us spread the word. So let us agree on one thing: let us build Kenya. And let us agree that when we disagree, it is not that we hate each other, it's that we have different opinions. But it's also good to listen. And I hope that when we go through this finance bill, sentiments of Kenyans will have been taken into account so that we can forge ahead. I believe that it's a very challenging time to be able to raise money for the government, especially considering the debt that we have, and the vision of good housing, the vision of making sure we have food security, manufacturing, all good visions. Everybody wants the good for this country. So all I would say is, when we will reconcile, we have to have honest spirits.
On a personal level, how important is this function to you? The President Mwai Kibaki started it all 20 years ago. We are in the 20th edition. How important is it to you? You survived political, turbulence, and here today.
I think what I'm looking for with reconciliation, we have to have sincerity. I can't relate to tribalism. I'm half Greek, quarter Dutch, and quarter Kikuyu, and I'm Kenyan. And for me, I don't understand tribalism. When I see somebody, I don't know whether you are Kikuyu, Kalenjin, Luo, Luya. All I know is that you're a person. I want to know who the soul is. And I feel that everybody has something good to offer. That's why God has granted them life. So let us respect that soul has something to teach you. And politics doesn't have to divide us. Right? I also would love to see reconciliation in the family units, because what is happening right now, we've got a huge number of single mothers, and that's because basically men are running away from responsibility, and a lot of women are suffering there with their children. So let's reconcile that as well. Let's reconcile public service. People go to stations or government offices and don't feel they're served served well. Don't go into public office just to make money. Go in there to serve the people. So if we're going to have a reconciliatory spirit, we have to know that with reconciliation there were differences. That's why we're reconciling. So what are we going to put in place in terms of structures to eliminate what led to the differences? Yeah.